Off we go. Nice reversal on the market. Into it. Damn. Oh, my printer start working? I think my printer started working. Oh, that's cool. Why does she print shit and if you want to click a button, save it to a PDF? Okay, cool. Let's see here. Damn, Soxel. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Market trying to reverse on is pretty hard. Very red day. Doesn't look that red. What is red? I haven't even been down here yet. I say SI right, AI a little lower today. It's not bad. I think Nvidia's at another new high. That's my all-time list. DocuSign 5. I'm trying to make a list of things in new highs. You're gonna include the Nasdaq on that in a second. Things trying to kill it up here. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Journal looks pretty good. I like Roblox too. It's definitely up too high, but let's see what it does. Trying to make a list of the things that have been making new highs. Sell H. Yep, that's on my list. Sell H with a textbook breakout. XPEV looks nice for a turnaround. Little extended. This remix here is Remax or whatever this is. Oh, this is this gold or it's a commodity. Oh, this is the rare earth metals REMX. That actually looks pretty good. It's like they doubled it once they realized electric vehicles were going to be a thing. And we've already broken off into new highs on the accumulation distribution. I'm trying to I think that's going to have some use to it. Just all right, PLL. Reversal in PLL, not bad. Intuit, new highs. That goes on my new high list. Sandstorm. And I gotta get ready today to leave on the weekend. Go on a family vacation. It's gonna be great. Can I just leave now? Guess I could leave now. My wife could. Yeah, she wouldn't be coming along. Leave it to you. Sounds good. Nasdaq 1.05%. Not sure it's gonna fail hard later this afternoon or gonna rocket up another 1%. HEI. That's interesting. Doesn't look good on accumulation distribution. That's an interesting phenomenon. Declines all the way to here, even as it's rallying up, and then it starts to increase. That's an intriguing one. I'm not sure how that one's gonna play out. And there you are. Crocs is almost sitting at all-time highs. You could probably include that on the list. Hmm. Yeah, that took a big jump in the accumulation distribution with that kind of volume, huh? That was what, 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago? I was right here. Yep, aftermarket candle. Question is it going to be a legit move or not? And so far, it's pretty good. All right, SLV. Service now. What you looking at, Ellie? Lockheed Martin with a cup and handle. You have a setup for your 401k? That's kind of cool. Yeah, well, the market's not in super bull go-go mode, so 401k distribution? What do you mean distribution? You withdrawing? You really want to pay more in taxes, don't you? You're so used to doing it, you're like, let's do more. Don't be withdrawn from your 401k. You're talking about from your new employer, where you're going to allocate your funds. What's their retirement plan? Do they like match 3% or is it up to 97% because it's freaking, they make so much damn money? BFT. Okay, you don't exist anymore, BFT. NK also doesn't exist. One to one. So if you put in like 10%, they'll match 10%. Jeez. Hell yeah, do that shit. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, just do that. That's just free money. Although, at your income bracket, I don't know what your max yearly is, but is that the last one, the VIX? Oh, it is. Wow. VIX is nose diving today. Tesla 2.5 bouncing back pretty good here after an abysmal yesterday. His phone was a little bit higher, not that much higher though. Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's what I thought. So definitely broke up on volume, but held the trend line. Which ain't too bad. That is like 1.19. Man, they are being aggressive today. Jeez. Was yesterday just a mistake in the markets? I guess the Qs almost closed in a doji, didn't they? Wow, look at the accumulation distribution. Had this go back right back down to flat. That's crazy. Oh, I guess it's not flat. It just doesn't do much. Okay. So even yesterday it actually closed not really in a bad spot. So we open at 68, end up at 61.2 or 4 or whatever. So it actually accumulated throughout this choppy ass day on the Qs. That is interesting. That's pretty cool. Accumulated like mad right there. And now we're right back up. Yeah, no shit. They got me for some. I mean, yeah. Mongo with a pop. All right, Sell H, Soxel back up. Moderna keeping it steady. If we're getting fake outs like that, then the market's not in a bad spot. Buddy EXPI, how are you faring? Not bad. 15,200 day right here. There's Nvidia just killing it. Look at that volume. Jeez. That is some really good volume. Hey, what's up, Rob? Rob can't stay long. Well, thanks for staying here for a minute. I sent you a message in Slack. I'm headed to San Diego this weekend with the fam. Oh. Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. And then, but I don't remember if you're in San Diego or Palm Springs or what. So 125 for the Nasdaq. Son of a bitch. Accumulation distribution on the Qs did pretty good. Why are you drowning so bad? Just all the you guys just building like mad? Wow. Well, make sure you do get some Rob time. Even if it's got nothing to do with stocks. Is that north? I don't know. We're going to San Diego, then we're going to Legoland. We'll be there on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, we'll be there. Well, I'll be in San Diego Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday we leave for Legoland. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is up in the air. We don't know if we're gonna go back to Legoland or if we're gonna make it a beach day or something. And then we're taking off on Friday. So yeah, wife didn't want to stay into the next weekend. I'm like, just take 2 more days off. She's got like 3 weeks of vacation this year. So I just take another day off or so. And then well, we did it. We went to we've been to Legoland before, and it took us basically 2 days to get through the whole thing. They do have the water park and the aquarium, so we got the hopper passes. So we're gonna be. We've been to different aquariums. That usually takes a day, so may not all be Legoland, but yeah, it's not too big. You can do it for 2 days, um, but the water park in there is pretty cool. Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be fun. Yeah, we're gonna spend about a day or day plus at the beach, which will be nice. My youngest hasn't been to the beach before, so it's kind of a thing. Uh, no, we did SeaWorld a time before the last time we were there, the time before that. Um, I don't know if they still have the orcas there anymore, which they really shouldn't, knowing more about orcas. It's kind of douchebaggery move to keep orcas in a pen like that, but they do. Yeah, I don't know, maybe they can't release them anymore. Maybe it's not good for the animals. Nasdaq hitting yesterday's high and kind of selling off a little bit. SLH looking really good. I wonder if they do have it. Let's look it up. Yeah, my youngest son would love that. We I don't know. Half don't wanna contribute to SeaWorld crap, but still a great experience for the kids. Nice catch 22. Yeah, I didn't even look into it. SeaWorld's pretty cool though. Like I do like it. I don't really. Oh, park map. 2019. Yeah, so is the orca encounter. Yeah, so they still got them far away from the ocean. Yeah, SeaWorld is fun. I do like SeaWorld. And it just freaking nuts that we just take animals and put them in pens and stuff and just watch them, just look at them through glass. Ooh, that's great. Move on after 3 seconds. It's a little dickish when you think about it. But SeaWorld's super fun. Yeah, we did. You could do 2 days at SeaWorld if you spend some time. Hello, I've got a caged Ellie over here. Do,
Serenity.
do a dance, Ellie. Do a dance.
Like you like? The one you prefer?
Yes, do that one. Yeah, we did last when we went to SeaWorld. We did like the whole. There's a San Diego. It's not a park pass, but it's like all of San Diego where you get the zoos and stuff like that. I think we did that one. That was pretty cool. I think that may have included SeaWorld. I think we went to Balboa Park. There's another one like outside of town we didn't go to. So those are pretty good. Yeah, animals are dope. They just need to stop murdering all of them all the time. What you gonna do? Oh, keep murdering? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Escondido. Yeah, something like that. It's all right. We're not backing away so far. So yeah, we just did Legoland this year. My wife actually has lots of problems. One of them is with her feet. And all right, new all-time highs here on the accumulation distribution. So that's pretty good on the cues. So she's like, after a week of walking, I'll be dead anyways. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we can call it quits then, if you're gonna be dead at least. Nvidia still taking out highs. There you go. Did you get enough of that one, Ellie? Looking super good. Maybe hitting the end of a measured move here off of this little consolidation thing. All right, Rob, take it easy, bud. Thanks for checking in. There you go, Ellie. Rob isn't dead. We thought he was eaten by a sea lion in at SeaWorld, but looks like he escaped the sea lion's grasp. All right, Cell H, you gonna do it today? You gonna have some follow through? That'd be nice. Or if we're back into shakeout mode, Ellie. I think. Oops. Nasdaq. So it's past the close there. The futures are ooh so close. 13704 is the high. This high yesterday was 13707. A full reversal today would be super interesting. Tesla. Looks like it wants to do it.
Mm, we kind of knew there's gonna be a job market, right? So like that kind of behavior is expected. Doesn't mean anything, to be honest.
What? Which part? The bounce or the
All of
drop?
it. All of it. No, none of that matters. Actually, yesterday there was pretty good jobless report. So I think that we're running on that.
On a drop in support?
Jobless report.
Oh, jobless report.
Wow.
I don't speak Ukrainian. It's hard, okay? I'm doing my best.
We've been doing this for so long, Randy. Should learn.
I'm trying.
No, you're not.
I'm really not, yeah. uh,
Huh,
I
big
think
caps
I mean,
are
it looks like they
big.
just used it as an excuse to shake people out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tesla looks like intraday.
Qs are still extending. I mean, Nvidia's got a nice extension, good volume to it.
Yeah, yeah, I bought I bought Nvidia.
I know. I asked you a minute ago if you bought enough of it because it's killing it today. Guess you stepped away to go to the
Uh,
bathroom or something.
yeah.
Apple 1.28 looked like it was gonna die yesterday, but today not looking as horrible.
Yeah.
Still bigger red days, but accumulation distribution looks okay. Daily doesn't look that good, but the intraday. I think this has the same problem that my volume aggregation tool has. Works better on the smaller time frames.
Um, yeah. Could be a green day.
See what Amazon's doing.
Wandering around.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's done nothing for the last year and a half.
I know it's good.
It's done nothing for me.
Geez, almost 160 for the Nasdaq. 160 for the Nasdaq. Damn.
Yeah.
So was yesterday the shakeout move or is today the shakeout move? You know what I mean?
Um,
Tesla's almost bought it all the way back up to yesterday's accumulation distribution line. It's pretty good. And like they took it on the chin right in the middle of the day. I think it was that the news thing about Asia deliveries or something? May have been. I guess we'll see about resistance at 600, but that Nasdaq is just killing it.
I wonder why airlines are tanking.
Airlines are
Not tanking,
tanking.
but like not tanking, but sort of still going down.
Well, they're in a UAL's in kind of a cup type of a situation, still above the 50-day. Um,
Yeah, but a few days in a row it's selling off.
I don't know either. People made us not start to fly yet. Are they back to full capacity?
I don't know. I it's
Let's let's
and
Google
the
it.
story my friend was going from New York. His second leg from Denver. The plane was packed,
Yeah, just
but
wonder.
it was Southwest. Southwest looks even worse than UL.
Yeah, my plane was
Looks
packed over Christmas.
looks like rounding top. Um, yeah, I wonder
Booking flights to full capacity.
what kind of city is that?
Huh?
Papa
This
City.
this one?
Never mind. Just a stupid joke. I have this neighbor. Do you hear the sound? Like across the street. He drives this like whatever modded infinity car. It makes so much sound when he like warms it up.
With the radio or with the exhaust?
His motor, he's warming up the engine, and
So the
it sounds like he's driving a lawnmower.
yeah, so the exhaust, yeah. Well,
I really don't get people who like the sound of the engine. Yeah, that's fucking drive thing which makes a lot of sound. People know that I have a very small penis.
yeah. I see that kind of stuff back in the day, but I never liked the annoying exhausts. I always try to make them. I never liked them loud. You know, I always liked them have a good little sound to them. Like didn't want silent exhaust, but I didn't want one that was just crazy either. There's like a good quality sound to an exhaust that yeah. He used to be back, Bleh. He said, "Oh, I think Bleh's coming in." Then he left. So Rob's no longer with us.
Oh, Rob, how are we gonna do barbecue?
I don't know. He was the grill guy. Oh, did you see my beef
Oh,
jerky I made yesterday? Yeah,
no,
I'll put it up. It's amazing. Look at my food. Bam! I got beef jerky, son, for the trip. So
nice.
I cooked.
Do you have enough water?
I brought all the water with me for a week,
Nice.
including showers and rinsing off at the beach. I don't trust California water. So I got 1.3. So I cooked 4 pounds of beef jerky, probably a little less because I trimmed it a little bit, and I got 1 3/4 pound, which is a pretty damn good yield for beef jerky. Everyone gets like a quarter of it, so I should end up with 1 pound. I got 1 3/4. Bam, so I did pretty good.
Good morning. Did you cut those thick enough?
They didn't shrink a lot. Well, I mean, it's hard to get a really thick hard to get a real consistent cut. Like that one's real thick. Most of them aren't that bad though.
That's the
Yeah.
thickest beef jerky I've ever seen in my life. Not that I think it's a problem. It's just I'm not used to seeing it so thick.
He
That's what
wants to
she
make
said.
sure the kids are preoccupied,
Yeah, well,
just just grinding that
I
beef
figure
jerky and shut up.
something's got to be thick in my life. May as well make it the beef jerky.
Hey.
So it's not. Yeah, it's a little thick. It's not that bad though. Trust me, I've made much thicker in the past because they do shrink up a little bit. But I got a
Yeah,
ton of beef jerky. It like almost
that's,
fills like the big gallon freezer bags. It's a lot of beef.
I
so like
feel.
your kids are annoying. Throw the beef jerky at them.
They're what?
If kids are annoying, just show the biggest piece in them.
That's right.
Yeah,
Shove this in your
it's
sound
chewing.
hole.
Two for days.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. So it was fun. It's okay. A little sugary. But you look at all the recipes. They need like 8 tons of sugar. So there's not much to do there. All right. Soxel looks like it's maybe starting to stall. Tesla's still going.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna keep bouncing back and forth, or what? Oh no, Tesla's up
Yeah,
5%
we're gonna
now.
chop around for the next year. That's the plan.
And chop around for a while. Yeah.
If we're talking about chop, right? We assume that there's gonna be an uptrend and there's gonna be a downtrend follow.
Yeah. Let's look at because the Nasdaq's kind of leading this whole charge here, right? So it does look a little bit like a head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, we'll see if we can get above it. I wonder when the last time we had. See, here's kind of like a head and shoulders pattern.
Uh, Head and shoulders doesn't work. I'm telling you.
No, I'm just looking at the pattern. I'm just trying to say it because the Head and Shoulders to me implies like a certain type of a environment, I guess is a good way to put it. And if you do have a Head and Shoulders, I mean, it's not that it's going to work, but Head and Shoulders implies certain things, right? So like there's your negation point for the Head and Shoulders pattern. So once you negate that right shoulder, you realize you're going to go into, you should go into an uptrend. So even if whether it breaks down or breaks up, I mean, it still works. So if we're up here in the Head and Shoulders pattern, or even if we're up here, we still have a little bit of fudding to do. This one lasted from April until about 6 months. That particular one lasted 6 months. Here's another one that looks like a Head and Shoulders. That went from January to 4 months. So I don't know if we're going to chop around all year if we're going to have this type of a pattern. Here's the broader one. This is 15, 16. Yeah, here's 15, 16 one. This one lasted a while. This one was a year right here. This may as well be the Amazon chart. But that was like our last kind of sideways ranging area that didn't really go up or down very far and lasted about a year. But then that preceded this. 2017 was a freaking nutso year. That was a really, really good year.
Hey,
coming out of
how do you guys feel about some employers being asked to find out if their employees have taken the vaccine or not? And then if they have all taken the vaccine, they allow them to take off their masks during work.
Sure, why not?
Okay. You don't see any HIPAA violations there?
I have to read HIPAA. I don't know. The problem with I mean, but seriously, like if you're looking for HIPAA violations, just go read the thing. But HIPAA, from my understanding, is about medical records. So I guess in theory, a vaccine could be a medical record. I don't know if it qualifies in that particular setting, but I don't know. I'd have to read HIPAA. Yeah, if you're talking specifically, if you think it's right, that's a different conversation. If you're thinking HIPAA violation, that's another different conversation. So, I mean, I don't think it's a problem personally, though. Like, who gives a shit? Are you vaccinated or not? Yes, no. Like, it's pretty damn simple.
They're doing like lotteries now if you haven't taken the vaccine.
Oh, Ohio one or whatever, or like giving away $1 million or something.
Yeah, if you haven't taken the vaccine, you get entered if you take it. Something stupid like that, right?
Yeah, I think you get it and then you get entered. I think. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I don't have a problem. I already took it. I didn't mind taking it.
Yeah, I got it once the whole lines died down and shit.
It's fine, but the problem is that there people have different conditions, and there's a lot of nobody is sensitive enough to be like thoughtful about those people. Like for example, I have a friend who has multiple sclerosis, and she has a real concern of taking a vaccine and having a headache because it can trigger a seizure. And whenever people ask her if she's taking a vaccine, she's like, I'm still waiting, and they're like super judgy about the whole thing, which just sucks for her. And she doesn't want to go just around and tell people what she has, like it's whatever.
Wow, that's like a double.
Well, she should just say I've got a medical thing and I'm nervous about. Like she don't got to give out full details or nothing.
No, but like people are not really thoughtful about it, especially in San Francisco. They don't give a fuck. They're like, if you say something about a vaccine, they're getting triggered.
Well, stop being rude about it. Eli.
Yeah, tolerance is not the strongest. Oh, me? Yeah. I like...
Stop telling her to take the goddamn vaccine already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's just the times today. I mean, I don't know. I don't like in your friend's case. She just needs to tell the truth. If she's worried about being judged, that's an internal conflict. I mean, but that's she's gonna get judged either way. So she's in a no-win situation. She can't win in that, so she has to deal with one or deal with the other. But she doesn't have to disclose what she has. She just has to say, I've got a underlying medical condition. I'm actually worried about the vaccine. She's like, she could say, I'd like to take it. I would have taken it already, but I've got this underlying condition. And then she can say, I just don't want to go into it further. And then if they still judge her, then
Yeah.
that's their fault, you know?
Again, like it's easy to say for a guy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, like people, some people are, very shy about it. They don't want to like talk about it at all. Like that's not their, you know.
I mean, like your friend or the people that are judging her?
People are bothering her with vaccines.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be people with every issue that are like, oh, why don't you believe in my issue? My issue's the most important thing in the world.
No, but people assume if you didn't take the vaccine, you're anti-vaccine. That's the whole problem. Like they don't have any other option in their hands
Yeah,
to be
probably.
just thoughtful and shut up and be like, okay, whatever rocks your boat.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do about it? There's not.
Shoot them. Back in Russia, that's how we do it.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think that's a long
Straight
term.
to jail.
You wouldn't have a boss anymore, Ellie. Are you vaccinated, Ellie? No, you son of a bitch. Boom! Took care of that one.
Yes. He cannot spread if he's not alive.
That's right. Kind of spread misinformation. Yeah, there's people that are going to be in tough situations. I mean, that's life. You either divulge information or deal with the results. Whether it's fair or not is just life. You got assholes and you got people that are nice. Like I wasn't vaccinated for the longest time doesn't mean I was anti-vax. But if someone like looked at me sideways like, oh, what? Like I would address the issue.
Yeah, but how many people do you talk to in person?
The lady at Circle K. Space, and she doesn't care. Yeah, she doesn't care. But it's funny. My neighbor across the street came over yesterday with a letter, written by an anonymous neighbor that it starts out like, "Congratulations, you have the worst looking house in the neighborhood," and then it goes on to trash her house and say, there's an old lady picking, doing yard work on your front lawn. That's elder abuse. And then it says, "Oh,
What?
or the
What the hell?"
yeah,
What are you talking?
crazy shit." I'll have to get the letter from her. But
Who's tripping balls?
I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell?
Here, it's here. I'll take a picture of her front yard because it's right outside my window. I'll post it at random real quick, and this is what they're complaining about.
Sounds like a toxic neighborhood.
No, this is a toxic person in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but then on the back, it was crazy. I was pissed. And it's not a great picture because I'm through my screen. I got a screen over there, but like Ellie, it's the one right directly across the street. Did you like look over there and go, "Oh, that house is bullshit"? Like it was never, I doubt you didn't notice it. You know what I mean? All right, I posted it in random, but I mean, they have some. Look, it's not the best looking house in the neighborhood, but someone wrote a letter. It was a card. It wasn't even a letter. It was a card, like a thank you
Hey
card.
guys, I gotta
almost.
bounce, but I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta get back to work. Nice talking to you. Have a good
Bye,
weekend.
later, bye.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah, and on the back it says signed a group of 14 neighbors. I'm like 14
Yeah, see?
neighbors.
That's what I'm saying. Toxic neighborhood.
I'm like, who the fuck? So she's like,
Wait. What's the angle? The ugly house, or that somebody who's elderly cleaning your house? Like I'm just like fucking puzzled.
Well, I didn't tell you the third part. And then they said, oh, and is that structure in your backyard even safe for your kids to play on? I'm like, why the fuck are you picking on these goddamn people? I'm like, they're not they're not the cleanest people. That's just not who they are. Like you go in their house and it's pretty messy. You know,
But wait, they wrote also for
huh?
someone else. They wrote it for your neighbor's house, right?
What?
They wrote it to your neighbors, not you.
Oh yeah, to my neighbors across the street. Yeah, they mailed them
Um,
a letter.
what the fuck?
The dirt's actually gravel. It's not even dirt, Blay. It's gravel. There's some weeds in the yard. On the side, they have some grass that's grown a little high because it's their lot goes back actually quite a ways. It's like the biggest lot in the neighborhood. But like, it's what's offending about that house? It's not like, why would you write that letter, just being super hateful. She's like, what would you do? And I thought about it. And I'm like, I would take a picture of your grandma flipping the bird, holding some weeds, get a life size cardboard cutout, and stand it in my front yard. That's what I would do. Because so the wife is Chinese.
I would work extra to make sure that the player looks like shit.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
would make sure they hate me. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I
I'm sure
told
the
her.
value of the property will go down. I'll just buy like broken ADVs and just park them in the middle of the fucking lawn.
That's true. We could say, hey, well, park your used broken down car here, and then just park it
Yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah. That thing. Yep.
No,
For
that's what
sure.
I told her. I said if someone wrote that to me, I would make sure my house looked like shit.
Yeah.
I would literally make sure of it because there's many ways to approach that. Like even if your stance is their house is really ugly, which it's not. I just showed you a picture. It's not really ugly.
It's whatever. It's like all of the American houses are ugly.
It's just a normal. It's not beautiful, but it's not. It's just a normal house with a slightly unkept yard, and it's been worse than that. Don't get me wrong. I've talked to her about it a little bit, but I mean, it's nothing you write. And that was the first letter. I'm like, that's not how you start out a conversation like this. If
You actually talk to person. Listen, you legitimately talk to person. You get into their shoes. If they cannot handle the furniture or whatever, all of those 14 assholes could just chip in and just make it better. You know what I mean? Fucking neighbors.
Yeah, well, they're dicks. Well, I mean, the thing is, they actually have some money. They're not poor by any stretch. They're not super rich, but they own like 5 houses and get rental income, and have like 2 or 3 of them clear of rent, and they both make money. I mean, they do fine. Don't get it twisted. They do fine. I mean, if they wanted to, I was gonna mention. I was gonna mention at one point. I'm like, hey, you need to get a landscaper like one time a month for $50 or something, because I mean
Yeah.
they're not good on the maintenance. So anyway, what I was going to say is that she's Chinese and she immigrated to the U.S. with her parents and they live with her. So it's the family and her parents, and the mom goes out and is the one that does the yard. And so that's what they were talking. They were talking about a little old lady picking weeds, and on the back it says she's injuring herself. And I'm like, how the hell is like they stated that as fact? And there's like no one's injuring themselves doing yard work, and grandma volunteers to go out, and granted she shouldn't be the one doing it. It should be the husband or the wife, but
No,
sh
no. That's not how it works. First of all, it's a different culture. You don't know what exactly people do. Like my grandma, for example, she likes going to my mom. My mom lives in like suburbs and has like a garden, and she loves to go there and actually work in the garden because that's some sort of activity and work, and she has a pride in it. Even that she has like a problem, like she's 80, 88. And her hands doesn't work that well. She doesn't move that well. Like, but she likes doing this, and this is super disrespectful.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. It's probably
oh
talking business.
yeah. No, the letter's super disrespectful. I agree. No, my point about the mom not doing it is this: is I've never seen the husband outside, not once, and I've seen the wife outside a couple of
He's
times.
a hostage. He's
Yeah,
a hostage.
he's the hostage. Yeah, that's right. Um, No, so I think he's just not the type, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the wife goes out there out of desperation sometimes because it just gets too much for her. And I think the mom's in the same situation, but they both work, so she does it because she's sick of it. And I mean, which, that's a choice too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bashing them. I'm just simply saying, generally if that were my house and I owned the house, and I would be the one to go out and do that if it got that bad. If I had a mom and I saw her going out there, then I would go out there and be like, oh, I let it go too long and I'm a dickbag. So, but anyway, that's all I was saying.
Trust me, comparing to American, parents-kids relationship, Asians talk to each other. Like her mom would be bashing her for not keeping the ark. Trust me.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, it's interesting. So her parents are very traditionally Chinese. Like I never see the father. The mother does everything. I never even he just lays in his room and does iPad stuff. That's all I hear. I've seen him outside twice, like the mom even takes out the garbage and stuff. She does most of the stuff like that outside of the house, but
Again, you don't know what's happening in the house. That's again, you're going into assumptions. What exactly is going on there?
well,
That's
I
the
know
same
these
thing what they're doing.
no. I know these people. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
I know these people, and I'm not bashing them in any way. I'm saying that's the behavior that I see, and I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what I see. That's what I see. I'm not judging them in that way. I'm saying, but you're right. To our culture, it does seem weird. But on the letter, they're saying it's elder abuse. It's like she's not whipping her mom to go.
They're trying to use it as a leverage. That's not an argument. That's just a leverage to make
Well,
them do
they're
something
just bitching
because
about it. They're just bitching about everything, which is the problem. Is
uh
they're just well
yeah.
then the place set in the backyard. Like there's a defunct treehouse up the street. I'm like, did they get a letter too? You know what I mean?
Probably, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess it's a possibility. It'd be interesting to walk over to that house. Like, hey, did you get a letter from?
Knowing your neighbors.
I don't know. I mean, it's one thing to want your neighborhood to look nice, but if you want to write a letter like that, there's other ways to word it other than the way that like congratulations on having the worst looking house in the neighborhood. Like that was how they started off the. It was like a little condescending, a little sarcastic, but definitely meant to be. And then it says, "Please take this letter to heart." On the back, I'm like, "What the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, what's your?"
Yeah. Please stab yourself with this letter.
Yeah, I would legitimately put some ugly ass shit in my front yard, just to fucking like yellow green polka dots, just
Yep.
something.
Yep.
I
Yep.
like
I would put a bunch of flamingos on it. The ones which lost the color. Like the worst kind.
the what?
The pink flamingos.
Oh, yeah. You could line the. Yeah, you can go spend $100 probably and go because yeah, she has a corner lot just like me.
I wouldn't spend $100. I would just go to the garbage to some garbage company and take a bunch of shit there.
Oh
Whatever
yeah,
was the ugliest and the brightest.
yeah. I don't think you can do that here. You'd have to.
Really?
Yeah,
Then
you
to
can't
some.
can't go to a garbage pile. They don't let you do that here. How you gonna go walk into a garbage pile? I've never even heard of such a thing.
I thought that's in America, but okay.
Maybe it's in Ukraine. I think you're
The land of free, I guess.
land of. Have you been here for long? We're not really
Yeah,
the land of the free, Ellie. Sorry.
yeah.
We're the we're the land of the people that say we're free, and a home of the whiny bitches.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's America in a nutshell, right there. And if the politics don't go our way, all we do is bitch and change the rules. That's America. Yeah, I was like pissed for her last night when she came over and showed me the letter. I was not happy.
Um,
Not happy at all.
nice.
Yeah. So pretty garbage. Our Cell H is going for it. Going for some continuation. NASDAQ 1.45. Settling down a little bit except for Cell H, which is accelerating. I don't know. Zoom after earnings maybe starting to get going. That would be good. What do you think about Zoom, Ellie?
I haven't seen it. Just describe it to me.
Oh, it's big descending wedge I was talking about.
Hmm. Did it broke it up?
It is broken to the upside. Yeah, it broke to the upside a little bit and started going sideways. Now it's
Yeah.
kind of like a
Could be
rolling,
frozen up now.
huh?
Let's get a bounce or something there. If it doesn't have a volume signature, I wouldn't jump in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of good volume.
Then it's probably fake. It's gonna go sideways till somebody decides to dump it.
Yeah, maybe. Peloton's pulled back. Peloton's at a very nice low volume pullback. Dang, that's like super low volume. Yeah, Peloton's a little bit healthier than Zoom. Taking on the chin today though for some reason. Yeah, pink flamingos could be a good idea. I wonder if they can. What if you can buy them?
Dude,
$8.
if you wanna share the revenge, all you need to do is make your lawn uglier, and that's it.
Well, it's it's gravel. All they can do is let the grass and the weeds grow. I mean, that's really all they could.
So I've heard. I'm not sure if they're following this, but a lot of Asians here they actually cement their front yards in San Francisco because and if there's a tree, they try to remove it. There is some sort of I forget how it's called. There's this like sort of Asian way of setting things up, and there is if you're spiritual, whenever there's like an energy flow they trying to build into the house, or they don't want to have anything before the house, something like this. I'm talking out of my ass, but there is like underlying reason why they do this.
Yeah, they're not religious. I don't want them cementing their
You
front
don't know.
yard. That would look garbage.
There it could be like tradition, just have the front yards open or something that they don't have any obstacles in it. You could ask them. They could have a reason.
Why they don't have anything in their front yard? Or
Well, it's a gravel, not like nothing living or something.
yeah, well, no, the house just came like that. No, these people aren't religious. They're not religious. They're just they work and they're a little lazy. That's about it. But I mean, they're not that lazy. They bought a property up north. They've been trying to rehab for a minute. So they're not like lazy. They just don't like they don't like yard work, which I understand. Yard work's kind of a pain in the ass, especially in Arizona. And my grass is tall as shit right now. I should just let it grow. I should let my house get bad for them. Like
No, but that's what I'm saying. You could make your yard super bad and just
yeah. We should let our yards go, and we should say have a sign up that says, "Oh, um, trying to figure out which the worst house in the neighborhood is," or something like that. Which house is worse? Cast your vote.
yeah, something like this.
That's a little lighter than my initial plan was to figure out who sent the letter and then mail a pipe bomb to their house. That was my initial reaction, but
Straight to jail, I told you.
hmm,
Straight to jail.
straight to jail. Yeah. Well, I won't put a return address, so it'd be pretty good. Yeah, they didn't put a return address on the letter. I'm like, oh, we should ask the mailman. Whose handwriting is this? We're friendly with the mailman. I think he would answer it. Like, oh yeah, I want to send them a thank you card. I know I have a suspicion of who it is, but never know. Yeah, two houses down from her is an older couple that keeps their lawn impeccable, like really nice lawn, like pea gravel, and it's all straight. Dude's out there like every day doing his lawn, so I could see how he could take offense to an unkept lawn, you know. And the
What
crack
is the
house,
pea gravel?
oh, it's like the size of peas. They're just tiny. Like a lot of the gravels are inch or 2 inch gravel or something like that. You can,
Uh,
they're rated by, what they do is they break up the rock and they have screens, and whatever goes through the screen is that size of gravel essentially.
yeah.
And then pea gravel is like tiny gravel. It's the size of a pea. And it's just, that's not really the size of a pea. But anyway, it's super tiny. And it's hard to keep that shit, it's like a beach. It's hard to keep that really clean unless you're always going over it because, birds will land on it, dogs will walk on it, cats will walk on it, whatever. like like the 3/4 to 1 inch gravel, you can keep that pretty random and looks fine most of the time. But that pea gravel is a bitch. And that dude's always working it.
Um, he's probably unemployed then.
Oh, he's retired.
Yeah.
He,
I would
he's
totally not spend my life doing that shit.
what, your yard?
Yeah, especially, yeah, for sure. But,
Well, it's a different time, He's like 65, 70 years old,
but still
probably
not do that.
remembers the 70s. I mean, back then all you had was like your pride in your house and stuff like that. That was like how you that was how you showed who you were, essentially, was keeping a nice yard and like the old school America type of a situation. Today everyone's online, no one gives a shit about their yards. But back then it was
Yeah,
all about your yard. That was how you presented yourself to the world, and in essentially your car and your house. That was it. Back before
that's
internet.
depressing.
What? Depressing? Yeah, I would argue the internet's a little bit more depressing.
Uh, that's because you're a boomer.
I'm not a boomer. I'm 1 year away from being a millennial. That's how old millennials are now. Pretty soon the people are gonna like make fun of millennials the way millennials make fun of boomers, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that to the boomers." Now I know what it feels like. Yeah, perspective as you get a little bit older. But pink flamingos are pretty cheap. You can go to Amazon and get a set of 4 for $15. Look at that. I think you're right, Ellie. I think this would show class.
What is that about? Time.
Oh, pink flamingos. I found them on Amazon. There's 4 for like
Yeah,
$15. You can get them today by 3 p.m.
go for it. You're leaving for weekend anyway.
That's true. I'm leaving. Yeah, I don't want to make my house look too much like garbage, but maybe it's worth it. Yeah, you know what? We could have a little flock of pink. She could buy 8. I could buy 8. We could have a little flock of pink flamingos, just on the very corner.
Morning.
Oh, you jumping into a meeting, or I guess your work day, as you would call it. Are you there, Ellie?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was buying flowers for my wife. She has a birthday today.
Oh, okay.
The entire time we were arguing about the front yard, I was trying to pick the bouquet, but like the stores has the most ugliest thing ever. They have there's like 3 kinds of flowers, and they just mix them together, and they're trying to pretend they're like making a new shit out of them, but all of them are the same. It's pretty annoying, to be honest. For the money. Ooh.
Oh, the flamingos.
Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be the same. They're flamingos. Oh,
No,
there's
no,
two.
flowers.
Oh, fake flowers. That wouldn't be. I like your flamingo idea. That's pretty good. Although I wonder if one night you'd have like some old person come by and bash the flamingos or just steal the flamingos.
I mean, you record them and straight to jail.
Yeah. Yoga
It's a win-win.
flamingos? Ooh, yoga
Yes, yoga
flamingos.
flamingos.
That's even better. 2.4-inch tall. That's not very big. Need to be bigger.
You should find LGBT flamingos.
It's true.
Although they may.
I think I lost you, Ellie. Hmm. All right, 158 for the NASDAQ. Jeez. They're not stopping on Friday. Maybe we're going to negate this bitch pretty quick. I still need to get some more volume in here.
It's
What
all
happened?
about
What happened
jobless.
to you?
Sorry, I was going into the car. I hate the Bluetooth. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's always
It's
screw
garbage.
up the. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
bad.
think I need to remove my phone from the car because I never use that function in the car. Like I,
Yeah.
I never pair my like it's not even funny. The car, yeah, I should probably remove it anyway.
Huh. So where are you going?
I'm going back home. I bought flowers.
Oh, you bought. You were breaking up. I really didn't hear what you said. I was trying to.
Yeah, my wife has a birthday and I bought her flowers.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there you go.
And I was picking flowers while we talked smack about front yard.
Cool.
Did you hear my tirade about how shops are like saving money on just reusing the same flowers over and over, making it look like they're doing something different?
Um, reusing the same flowers. What do you not selling the
Yeah,
same on
it's like
display?
no, it's like three types of flowers. They just mix them together into different configuration of bouquets and making it look like they're selling different stuff, but it's not. It's just
Yeah, it's the same
the
stuff in different
yeah, selection
configuration.
is very limited. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, business is tough, man.
All right. I totally forgot. I shouldn't be complaining.
All you need are all you need are roses and some colored flowers, unless someone
She
has like a
doesn't like
very
she doesn't like roses, and that removes my selection to like 10% of what's available.
yeah, right.
Yeah. She thinks roses are very cheesy.
Yeah. My yard looks worse than her yard across the street right now. My freaking grass sprouted up like 10 inches in a week. It's nuts. I wonder if we're gonna get a letter. We should.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just leave it. See what's gonna go.
Well, Rachel hired some landscaping people, so we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna
You
come
know
up.
what else I would get? I would get the Trump cutout.
The what? Trump hat?
Trump cutout.
Sorry, still didn't hear you. Oh, that's weird. Those are gray and those have lost their color. Oh,
Yep.
sprinklers maybe. Huh? I heard
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Trump cut out. Cut
Oh,
out.
a cutout? Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Think that'll.
If I was San Francisco, that would trigger them to the oblivion.
Well, they're likely Trump
Um,
supporters.
Damn it. That's then Biden cut out. It's easy.
Yeah, Biden cut. Yeah, I don't know why I assume Trump supporter. Probably because I'm not a Trump supporter, so that means everyone that I don't like is probably a Trump supporter. Which,
Yeah,
there,
that's how American politics works.
yeah, there's my bias coming into play, but well, I think part of it
Actually,
too is I know those old people. One day, the wife walks her dog all the time, and she stopped one day and started talking, and she started talking like pro Trump stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. So I'm pretty sure
well,
they're a Trump household. But yeah,
uh,
it's hit and miss. Like I know one neighbor was anti-Trump, another neighbor was pro. So I don't know who. I don't know who's who, but except for those people that I've talked
it's
with.
fine. You should know who's who. It'll be fine for you not to know who's who.
Maybe I should just get a cutout of both and just piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what'd be good is to get a cutout of them
Oh, dude.
hugging.
Yeah, check it out. So the other day, I'm standing outside of my house. I hear this like gangster rap music going off. I'm like, oh fuck, some asshole keeps listening from their phone. You know, I turn around, two Chinese grandmas with a dog. I was like, what? Doesn't
What are they?
make
What are
any.
they listening
I just,
to?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you don't
really,
know.
dude, I don't know. I
I know
tell
you
you
don't
what it
know.
is. And so, the other day, I'm standing again at evening, right? Like it's night, and I hear this traveling. I'm like, who's blasting their shit music out of their car? And I turn and those the same two grandmas looking at their dog, like blasting the rap out of their phone with the camera, and like and smiling and joking and looking. It's so bizarre.
That's awesome. I love it. I
Yeah, it
love
could be
Chinese.
you.
I love Chinese grandmas even more now.
It could be you, Randy.
Well, it's not the same. I'm not a Chinese grandma.
Yeah,
There's
you
some
can identify as one.
well, there's something about Chinese grandmas listening to rap. You're right. That is very entertaining. Just an old white guy listening to rap, not very entertaining. You almost feel like he's posing or something.
No, that's entertaining as well. Especially if you, sometimes I see those, like Bay Area, a lot of nerds, right? And there's this nerd. He's obviously, like, never going to be part of any type of gang, right? And blasting rap music and looking like he's trying to be cool in a sport car, but the nerdest nerd you've seen in your life. It's hilarious. I love it.
Hey man, music makes you feel things, and you just want other people to feel how you feel. So
Uh,
you got it.
then your inside sucks. Then if that's what your taste is.
Why? Why you say your inside suck?
I mean, if you like rap, obviously you have no taste. So I mean,
Well,
that's obvious. So if you resonate with music of like fuck bitches and kill other gangsters, then what can I say? You're rotten inside.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
It's it's not about. This is what especially back in the day like now a lot more people like rap than they used to back in the day, but it's not about it's like the powerful feeling that you get sometimes from saying fuck the world. Like that's cuz that's essentially that's kind of like a lot about what hip hop kind of is cuz when the origins of hip hop comes from, black people in Brooklyn, New York, and not living in great situations and trying to get out. And some are conscious
No.
of
You
the
can you can
situation.
you
And
can you can use that card. Like I totally get the lyrics of like fuck the world, and there's different ways to say it. But telling fuck bitches and kill other people, that's not a fuck the world. That's
sure it
being an
is.
asshole. No,
Well,
it's
if
not.
you do it in reality, I mean, there's some people that are going to take some of that stuff to heart, and some people that are going to take it as
Okay.
artistic expression. Even if I mean, look, some of the like if you look at DMX, that dude's probably killed a few people back in his day. Like,
Dude, I'm pretty sure serial killers think that it's their artistic expression as well, but just nobody understands that.
but you don't understand rappers. The rappers, I mean, some granted, two or three of them probably do go out and actually like shoot people. Most of them don't. Most of them, it's just
No,
the
I'm not talking about rappers. I'm talking about people who are listening to that shit.
well, that's but they're not the ones. I mean, people go out and shoot, and
Majority,
some of them happen
majority
to.
of,
Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, majority of rappers are actually pretty well educated. Like it's, and just few of them are actually would be like somebody who really from the hood. Um, so yeah,
Yeah. Well.
that stuff doesn't relate to them. They just sell whatever sells. The question is
Yeah.
why it sells, right? The culture of like, oh yeah, let's fuck the world, let's fuck it up, you know, like oh that's a great message.
Well, you don't think other genres say stuff like that? You don't think other genres of music, like a lot of rock music and stuff like that, you think they all have sunshine and butterfly messages? You don't think they like
Yeah,
take advantage
they don't
sex, drugs, and
they
rock
don't
and
talk
roll
about
back in the 80s, you know?
yeah for sure, but they don't talk about taking advantage of other people.
Sex, drugs, and rock. Of course they do.
No, they don't. They're talking about being rebellious yourself and expressing yourself in whatever form you are. That's totally different of screwing up other people. There's a
Okay.
huge difference.
But Ellie, you don't even listen to rap. You don't even know the lyrics. How can you even have that argument?
I don't
You're
know. Every
cherry.
time I hear
If
it,
you listen to the context of most songs, there's a story behind all of they say kill this, kill that. There's a story behind it, and if you understand the context, then you understand the context. It's
no, there is
context.
no context in which no. There in my book there is no context in which you would want to kill other person. The only one is self-defense, and I'm pretty sure they're not singing that one.
Uh, Regulators about self defense.
Okay.
I mean, there's examples. I mean, yeah, are there going to be some examples of just blatant violence because people make songs to make stupid songs? Sure, of course there's going to be that. But then you have a song like Regulated, which was a huge hit, and the stories about Warren G was invited to play dice with some guys that he came across, and he played dice. They were robbing and beating the shit out of him, and Nate Dogg comes up and saves his friend from being beat up by like three people. I mean, is that glorifying violence? No, they're telling a tragic story of a guy that's getting his ass kicked, and there's a little bit of revenge built in that, But what are you gonna do? Let your friend die, or if you've got a gun on you and he's getting his ass kicked, are you gonna go save your friend? But that's like a very very well known song. Can you name a
Yeah.
song that you're saying is just glorifying blatant violence for no reason?
Experience, right? And my experience goes like this. I don't hear those songs because of good lyrics. The only thing I hear on the street, people blasting from their cars or like walking on the street, is a gangster rap, right? And that stuff is just scummy music, and that's it. You can't convince me otherwise. That's just how I see it. Maybe the people who are listening normal rap are not blasting it, and they're pretty respectful for others.
Well, let me
What can I
ask you:
tell you?
since rap has come out, has the crime rate gone up significantly?
It's not my argument. Like legitimately not my argument. I'm not talking about a specific actions that people do. I'm talking about the preferences of what's happening inside them that they prefer that kind of music. Their point of view on life. I'm not saying that it's gonna translate into action. I'm just
Well,
saying that it
how
sets
can you
the
how can you
culture,
how can you
culture and tone.
infer their point of view on life? Because that may just be one thing that they like. Maybe they also like Coldplay. Maybe they like gangster rap and Coldplay. Is that okay?
But that doesn't talk good about them either.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. What if they like country music? I mean, you're kind of doing the same thing as other people are doing. Is you're pigeonholing them all into this box that there's just this one thing, like the anti-vaxxers, like the people who think if you don't get a vaccine, you're anti-vaxxed. Well, you're anti-vaxxer. I'm done with you. If you listen to gangster
Yeah.
rap, you can't just throw a person away and call them trash because they listen to gangster rap. Maybe that's a tenth of their collection. Maybe it's 90% of their collection. Maybe the rest of the collection is classical music or like jazz, Louis Armstrong from the 40s or whatever.
Expression.
Hmm?
Have you heard about self-expression?
Have I heard about self-expression? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the concept of self-expression, how it works.
Tell me how it works, because I.
Yeah, you use medium of like clothing, whatever, music and other things to express what you are, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So that's exactly my point. I just translated if you express yourself with those kind of asshole tools, then you're an asshole. That's all. Like I just read the situation
well,
as it
in that
is. You know,
in that one
I don't
second.
try to. Yeah, but I don't try to like find intricate meaning that there is more to the story. I don't like this idea of like, oh yeah, you need to go deep in people you don't know. No, if they express like that, then that's what I read.
Well, yeah. As a human being, you're definitely going to have that initial reaction. I get that, but I'm just saying, like on a deeper level,
And
if
yeah, on the deeper level, we're so nice and fluffy. Sure.
well, okay, so let's say you have a mentor that you respect a lot, and you work with him, or he's taught you a lot. He's a good guy, and then he pulls up one day listening to gangster rap. Like, does that change your opinion of him?
Yeah, I will talk to him about it the same way I'm talking to you about
But does that change your opinion about him? That's not saying you're not
it.
going to
For
talk
sure.
to him about.
Yeah. I would think less of him. Yeah, for sure.
Wow, isn't that judgy of you?
Yeah, everybody's judging. What are you talking about? Like we're all subjective creatures. Like that's pretty much how we build. Like it's it's how we work. Why shouldn't I? Like that's the whole point. Like why shouldn't I judge?
Well, I guess you can
That's
judge. I
that's
guess.
that's his self-expression. Like he explicitly would set it as like, you know what, I'm listening to the gas rap and I'm gonna while I'm driving to pick you up or whatever, like or while I'm driving to a restaurant with you, I'm gonna blast out the rap music, right? That's your self-expression. That's how I would read it. Like why wouldn't you do this? Like if the person is doing an effort to make sure that people know that that's what he prefers, then why not? Like
Or you
it's the
talk
same
about.
thing. Like imagine you're getting into my car, right? Just hear me out. Like imagine you're getting to my car and there's a bunch of stickers with like young girls around 14, 13 years old in provocative poses like pin-up girls. Wouldn't you think less of me?
13 or 14-year-old girls?
Yeah.
Is that even a thing, or are you just making that up?
Making it up. I'm pretty sure I can find anime 14, 13-year-old girls. There's entire genre around it.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I guess there's certain things you could throw out and make some judgments about people. And I guess if you're doing that with
So that's
gangster rap, I
that's what I'm
guess.
saying. Like if the lyrics was like, I love my mama and I want to live in a great neighborhood and this asshole, making trouble in my neighborhood, I'm gonna go and talk him straight. Yeah, sure. That works fine. But if the lyrics is I like bitches and that screw up other guys, then yeah, I would think that that's your kind of a point of view in a way. Maybe it's not 100% of a cake, but it's some percentage.
But doesn't every. Yeah, James. Oh, very interesting. Very nice. Well, does it matter what percentage? Because,
It
doesn't
does,
it.
but then I know that that person, given opportunity, could do those things. Like maybe the person is just living in a social constructs which doesn't allow him to express himself the way the song goes, right? But he, given the chance, he maybe would express himself that way, right? Like into action, right?
Okay, so are you saying blaring gangster rap really loud or just listening to it?
To be honest, both of them. If I would know that, like if there is, of course, you could listen to any music very loud in the car, and I would judge it. You know, I would think that that's just public disturbance. You just want to make some sort of statement that you actually don't like it to live in society, and want to make sure that everybody knows about it, which just make you an asshole. Just period. Yeah. But then if we talk about gangster
You
rap,
talking
I
about?
think it just rottening the culture. Like it's incentivizing and building a specific cultural paradigm in the minds of those people. And I'm reading it as it is. I'm not trying to find a deeper meaning.
Yeah, I don't. No, I agree with you with the fact that yeah, if you're taking in content, you're likely in some way influenced by that content. That's the crux of your argument, right?
Not
Is that
really. I
it?
think that you prefer that content, right? I mean, in the general, if you're talking about the cultural level, yeah, it does influence the wider culture, right? Because let's say I'm less prone to influence by others, but let's say I would be driving with Elon Musk, right, for example, or something like this. And he started listening to the gangster rap, and I'm like, Elon Musk is so great. Uh, that I think the gas rap is amazing. I should listen to it as well, right? And that would affect me in the long run.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like a. That's not the music itself, though. That's another individual influencing you, because he could be listening to anything. It's nothing inherent to gangster rap.
Oh, in the
That
beginning, yes, but if
that
I'm sticking to it, if I'm like adapting it, like I want to be cool to Musk, right? And I'm start dressing, start picking the specific
But that yeah,
outfit
but
and
that's not.
it's
But that's
sexy.
Musk though. That's okay. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go this far off the wall, but there's certain polarizing individuals that have nothing to do with the content of what they do. It's just the individual that
Yeah,
kind
I
of
agree with that.
yeah.
But they're
So
strong and they're a minority of the gang, right?
yeah,
Majority of the crowd is following her.
yeah. I'm just trying to. I guess I'm just trying to ask. Um, yeah, like I would like examples of this gangster rap that you don't like.
Okay. I will
I would
next
I would
time I,
be
I hear it. Next time I hear it, I'm gonna ask for specific songs.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be happy.
I would be interested because, like, what if, let's say on an album, an artist has like one gangster rap where it's just like, I don't even know what you, I mean, gangster rap is
But
typically
if
considered, gunplay, considered, you know, fuck bitches and hoes. Like, what if there's like one or two songs on a 20 album and there's one or two songs like that and the rest have like context and nuance and stories? Like, what is that? Like, is that change anything, or does that one or two songs negate the 20 song album in terms of it's all
again, like
garbage by that artist?
I don't listen to albums anymore. I just pick the individual songs. And if your individual songs are made out of gangster rap, then yeah, that's a problem. But if
But
you're
but
listening to
you
entire
can't
album
consider it
because
just you can't consider it just expression. It's not just considered expression.
no, but one off, yeah, like now you're trying to build the edges, right? Like the edge situation we're talking about, one song, like the person listening to entire song, like how much it affects them. I don't know. Let's ask the psychiatrist. No idea.
Well, I mean,
I'm talking about
all you gotta do is look at
like
look at statistics of the things that should affect gangster rap, like like I mentioned about crime. Like if
people.
you have a
They're not gonna do this. They're definitely not gonna do this because they're gonna be marked as the racists. Like trust me, nobody's gonna do that kind of research.
what are you talking
And
about?
if
I'm sure it's already been. All you gotta do is look at shooting statistics. It should be relatively
no,
simple, regardless. Because
again,
rap.
you transition. No, 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 no. That's not what it is. You transition this to the action. That's very hard to measure.
Well, no, I'm trying. So if you consume content, if you consume gangster rap and don't do any of the gangster rap actions, what's the harm? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what is the harm? If you just consume,
Not
because you can consume like
nothing. I would no again. Like there's no harm. I'm telling you how would I judge you? I would consider you as a rotten person inside. That's it. No
So,
more than less.
what if you like the Saw movies? Are you a rotten
It's
person because
again.
you consume horror films?
Are you gonna go through the entire spectrum of my judgment, like
A little
system? Or
bit. Just, I mean, I
okay,
look, I get if you don't like it, but you are going to the extreme of saying, "Oh, these are horrible. I think these are horrible people." Well, I would argue that if you watch the first Saw movie, which is 2 hours of like splitting people
yeah,
in
but
half, essentially, isn't that
okay, but
worse than gangster rap?
movies are not considered to be self-expression. That's
They're
that's
well,
how it
they're not.
works. It's if you watch Saw movies, that's fine. But if let's say your car looks like a Saw movie prop because you like the Saw movie so much, then yeah, it talks a lot about you.
So the fact that you're blaring your music into the world is different from you seeing it a movie in a theater with 400 people.
If you're expressing yourself through this different medium, the way that it in my moral stance is rotten. That's how I perceive it. I wouldn't try to like, oh, the person is just a clown, and he's putting on the skins to look fleshy or anything like this, but inside he's like a very nice person. No, I would read it as it is.
Yeah, if you're putting the skins on your head.
See, we're back to the summary. Like it's really weird. Like I'm totally fine of not being biased, and that's totally fine. You meet a person, he looks different than you. You want to talk it out and see what's up behind it. Totally fine with that. But at some point, you need to say, yeah, like the signals I see, right, the flags I see, definitely talks not good about it, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So like if
Sure.
someone is bumping if someone's bumping anything down my street, it doesn't matter if it's gangster rap or not. And especially if they have bad exhaust. See, I'm offended by poor audio quality. So if you're bumping something, it better sound really good. Like there's a lot of sometimes a car goes bumping down my street and with really
I'm
good bass. I'm like, all right, good job, that's very nice. Because
I'm
well, I
not
used to
I'm,
do
I'm
that.
not spending 20K to make sure that you prefer me.
Nah, you don't need to spend 20. I've made really good sounding systems for super cheap. No, but I mean, I'm just the general point is that you are, you know, if you walk by with really loud exhaust bumping your system, you're disrespectful. That's a disrespectful individual. But I wouldn't call you a horrible person. I'd say you're being maybe when you get out your car, you're a super nice guy. And I'm like, hey, can you turn your shit down? And then if any of you gets belligerent, that's a different conversation. But I wouldn't go as far as saying just based off one thing, I wouldn't say that you're a horrible person and it would completely change my
No,
judgment
but
of you.
that's different signal, right? So being less self-aware, that's actually like a general problem. Majority of people have no self-awareness and awareness of their environment at all, like zero. An idea that they somehow actually their life somehow actually transition to the other people's lives, or bleed out by their actions. That part is totally different discussion. I'm talking about specifically your inner world, your preferences, right? Like you prefer some specific, like for example, I can tell you other things which I'm judgy about. If you like pink color, I'm probably not going to be your friend. Like that's pretty much. I don't like pink color, and so somebody who likes pink color is somebody I'm not interested. That's that's another type of judgment. If I would, like the pink blonde girl, for example, like I would never be friends with her.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's fine. I got.
Yeah, so like that's those type of judgment. I would assume that you're a specific kind of person. You could be, you could be sweet to the, you could be a very sweet person and but I would consider your taste pretty dumb, and I would consider probably your intelligence pretty low. I would be very surprised that one of those would prefer pink and everything pink. Then they are somewhat intelligent. Yeah, that would be my judgment.
Okay.
And just based of my you know my experience meeting those kind of people.
Yeah, but you do understand that not everyone is going to fit that stereotype.
100%.
Yeah.
But I'm not tailored to understand all of the nuances of random people I meet, and neither do you. And going through extra hoops to make sure that I got them correctly doesn't ring my bell, really.
All right, fair enough.
You know, yeah, you know they say they don't. You meet person by the closing, and there's the saying in Russian. It's hard to translate, but you meet someone by closing, but then you say farewell by their mind. Makes sense. Like you meet somebody from outside, from their outside, but then you need to understand what's inside, right? That's the saying, and so I totally disagree with that
Hmm.
saying because it sort of put me in the it sort of make me work, right? It's like, why should I work? What if you give me a specific signals? If you dress specific way, if you listen to specific thing, if your house built specific way, or like you know your lawn looks specific way, that's how I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna like dig deeper into the whole thing and trying to understand you. Like,
Are you
why
gonna
should I
write?
do work?
Are you
If
gonna
you
write?
did work to look specific way, then why should I do work to try to disprove it?
Are you gonna write them a letter and say 14 of your
No,
neighbors say that?
no, that's super toxic. That's different. I don't know, dude. I'm not. Again, you transition the Rito situation to an action, right?
Well, now I'm just
And I'm
having
not.
fun.
Yeah, I actually need to go. My friends are cold. It's fucking cold inside.
All right, buddy. Bye. I'll see you
Uh,
following
have a
Monday.
great trip. I hope you enjoy it. And the beef jerky is gonna be a hit.
It should be. We'll be blaring gangster rap the whole way.
I hope so. I do hope so. Please make some reporting for me so I'll know what
Gangster
the
rap in
best.
our. We're gonna get our van wrapped in pink.
Easy.
So,
Do it.
all right. Tell your wife
I would
happy
love it.
birthday.
I would see you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.